shock to you to hear me read from the Gospel of John. Because you're thinking, wait a minute, this is the year we read from Mark. We're thinking that right. Last Sunday when we were reading from Mark, he told us of Jesus' compassion for the crowd. And if we had stayed in Mark, the story we would have heard today was very similar to what we're hearing, but now in the Gospel of John. And for the next several weeks, we're going to live in the 6th chapter of John, the Bread of Life discourse. Feeding the hungry is obviously to the 4 evangelists an important ministry of Jesus. 6 times in those 4 Gospels, the evangelists give us versions of this story of what happened. 5,000, another story of 4,000, doesn't matter. But obviously, this is the one miracle, this was the one event in the life of Jesus that all of them wanted to communicate. Jesus is about abundance, but abundance begins with one boy's generosity to share what he had in his basket, 5 loaves and 2 fish. Similarly, the prophet Elisha was able to take 20 loaves of that barley bread and insist that we should feed the hungry people. Despite the objections of those who were with him, this is not enough, Elisha. Elisha, depending on God, says there will be leftovers. So feed the people with those 20 barley loaves. 5 loaves of barley bread was definitely not intended to feed 5,000 people. No one really knows how it could be. But the gospel writers clearly communicated that abundance and generosity and the importance of each one bringing what they have to help feed the hungers of others. The second reading today in Ephesians, St. Paul reminds us, he says, I urge you to live in a manner worthy of the calling you have received. I urge you to live in a manner worthy of the calling you have received. Could he be speaking to me? Could he be speaking to you? The answer is yes. Just in case you come out. Can I trust that whatever little bit I have, that if I can entrust it, if I can give it, but what is so little among so many? And yet if we believe the Gospels, we believe that God can create abundance out of very little. If you sometimes give 5 or 10 minutes to someone who simply needs to be listened to, if you can spare 5 minutes out of your well-planned, busy day, but give it to another, who knows how that can spread? Maybe a bit of love, that you were keeping for yourself, share it with another. Maybe it literally is some food that you give to another, or a little bit of money that you give. We don't know how God can take the little we have and make it abundant. You'll read in the bulletin today that a couple of weeks ago when we had a collection for Peter Spence, the parish gave over $1,000 to that second collection. Who would have dreamed that your $5, your $10 would make $1,000? Sometimes we think, I don't have enough, I can't take care of 8 billion people on the planet. But amazingly, a collection like that, with $1,000 from here, $1,000 from the next church, and all the world churches, that amount of money enables the Holy Father to do massive amounts of aid to all parts of the world that are struck by disasters. It didn't look like much when you put $5 in the urn, but it was going to take care of 50,000 people in some next disaster. Experts tell us that there is enough food on this planet to feed the 8 billion people that are living here. There is enough food. We just have a distribution problem and a problem sharing it, finding a way to give it away to make sure it gets to those who are hungry. No one of us has the means to do a massive amount of help to others. But I believe each of us has 5 minutes to give that listening ear to someone. To break my plan today and allow someone to interrupt it and to give them a few moments, this precious time, it can make a big difference. Little words spoken or words simply heard, some small acts of kindness can get multiplied when we entrust those to the Lord. So I urge you to live in a manner worthy of the calling you have received. Surrender a little bit. Let go. Maybe you can surrender a lot, but whatever we can give of what God has given to us. That little boy in the story had no idea what he was doing. The innocence of a child. Seeing what Jesus was saying to Philip. And so the little boy says to Andrew, "Look, you can have this." He would have never dreamed what this was about to do. We need to have some of that same innocence of the children in giving what little we have so that we can somehow enrich others. And not that we're going to